All right, I'm here. I finally have my couple days off. I want to say thank you to all my subscribers because you guys are awesome. And I'm trying new things here. A big box. And coming away from the camera a little. There we go. All right, I think that's better. Oh, hi, Kron. I wish I could see without these glasses. How you doing? I'm doing pumpkins today for my residents. I got a pumpkin sketch here for my friend John, and he lost his socks. So I'm buying him some from Amazon, of course. And of course my how you doing, Poja? And of course my coworkers tell me, why do you buy them socks and everything? Oh yeah. Oh, I'm doing sketches of pumpkins for my residents. Because this is what I look for is the residents. So it's Halloween sketch happy day. They're very unhappy. And this is what makes them happy. So I try to make my people happy. Yeah, you can. And I talked to the lawyer, of course, again. And I just told them that Vincenzo is very evil. And she didn't want to believe me. But we will see. She says if I put in this paperwork, she will sell my dad's house and get his ashes. So I'm just going with it. Maybe that's what God wants. So we'll just go with what God wants today. Because, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I've been watching these Chosen One videos, and they said those that walk in the path of light always look younger, and they overcome illnesses and all this stuff, and your words speak with authority when you speak with truth. They're pretty good. They're my self help videos. My kids think I'm crazy, and I don't know. I might be. Who knows? But it is what it is. I'm not angry. I'm not mad. I just want to bury my dad. That's it. And I have a feeling that he does not have these ashes. He did something bad to them. And I feel he's unsettled. So I'm going with my gut on this. And that's what I'm going to do. So, all right, let's see what in the next couple days what you got going on. But yeah, work was work. They're very negative there, the workers. I think I'm the most positive worker that works there. And it's a shame. And even my one supervisor told me today they have these markers. They're alcohol based markers. And her daughter goes to art school. And she says that the markers bleed and it looks like paint. So I'm going to be getting those when I get paid next and getting John his socks. All right. Karan, you and the are in now. You are in. Is this four? Yeah, it is four. Four cups. And this one talks about meditation, contemplation, apathy, reevaluation, disillusion, boredom, dissatisfaction, stagnation, and remorse. Okay. why my pumpkin went away. There it came back. And I'm picking up that you're just in a spot in life where you just don't know where you're going, forward or backwards, or what to expect. This path is what a lot of people are in when people around them surround you by negativity. I feel like a lot of negativity surrounds you, which surrounds a lot of us. Because I was informed that by my mother in law that sees things. She says that demons are all around us, even in the people we know. So she says that they're just spiritual, they put their energy into people. And they look like anybody. So, but what's surrounding you is strength. And this just talks about obviously strength, courage, persuasion, influence, compassion, and taming control and overcoming self-doubt. That's the that's what's surrounding you there. And then you got another thing surrounding you, and it's the Five of Wands. And this talks about diversity, battle, opposition, disagreement, discard, egos, aggression, irritation, and frustration. I feel there's someone around you with a really bad ego that doesn't want to see you succeed, and they're undermining something in your path. That's what I feel. I feel if you speak with truth and try to just, I don't know, take a lighter path and just don't get angry, I feel like this person will make himself known, and they have to, as long as you speak in truth. And you do speak in truth, Karan. I feel this, but sometimes you give in to some negative stuff and you let it surround you. And the thing about negativeness is it doesn't like good things. I'm going to start rounding this out. Darkness likes to just bring bad things to you. And sometimes it's not this person that's doing it is, I don't think they know they're doing it. I think it honestly is mostly, I'm picking up, is this person is just really, really miserable themselves. And they want to drag you down with their parade. So my advice would be just to stay straight and narrow and try to do the good thing, even if it gets hard at first. Because negativity and darkness, unfortunately, have their say so. And it is a universal test. I'm just doing these little circle things because you got to get the pumpkin good in that curve. But it's a universal test to see your strength. And you can withhold the storm. You just have to stay strong. And darkness does not like people that aren't strong. And to be strong doesn't mean don't cry. It doesn't mean don't feel things. It just means overcome them without having to give up your light. Hold on to your light as you get through it. And that's the key. And I know it's easier said than done, but it is the key, and it's what I'm going through at this moment. And it's the hardest thing to go through, but you got to wait. Gotta wait till the course is done. And when the course is done, it all comes your way. And it's not always about money. I feel like this is something personal. And a lot of times it does start with a personal thing because that's how they do things. Yeah, I don't mind. I like to, I would never charge anything. The universe doesn't believe in money, they believe in faith. So I would always give free readings. That's the way the world is supposed to be, my friend. I like that divine enigma. That is a really good one to have. Oh, you're welcome. I'm just over here trying to make a better world for people and to show that people can still be good in this world. I have no egos. I'm just I just let the light bear what I had and that was it. And that's what I do because there's a lot of things that need to be helped and fixed in the world. That's why I'm big on animals and nature. They see through it. Nature itself is God. And if you look in any religion, everything we have God created. Every single one. And when we go against these kind of things and we hurt them, it's always a real bad payback for people. That's why all these people that abuse animals, really horrible things happen to them in the end. And the animals always get saved because they're divine. We're not. We are not divine. We're being tested every day. That's why you cannot have an ego in this realm. Because we are the ones that are being tested. We are not the immortal ones. The animals are already protected by God. People seem to, I guess they overlook these little details. But see, I'm getting this all like in a 3D way. Oh, yeah, we do. I agree. I work at a nursing home. I'm making this for my resident because he has MS and he's stuck up in a bed, and everybody thinks of the money they're making. That's what they do. And they don't, and when these guys say someone lost my socks or I didn't get changed for hours, everybody covers it up because they're there for their money. I like to call them the glorified pill passers. And they are my friends and stuff, but I remind them all the time that we're here. We're here for them. And they always ask me, why do you buy them socks? Why do you make them artwork? They have nothing. They sit in their they sit in that room alone. And I believe that's a test too. I do. Oh, I try because I when you take care of the sick, divine, I think you have a bigger purpose because certain people, I think it is a test for them to learn, but I don't think we should give torment to those that are going through different lessons of their own. I think the bigger person that actually learns it and tries to give them some light has the better rewards, and it has to be from the pure of heart. And anybody could be the pure of heart is if you're willing to do it. So, oh yeah, I do too. Every day. I live every moment. I woke up today. I did my hair. I did my makeup, and I promised these guys pumpkins for Halloween because they're in a nursing home. It's not like they can. Their pumpkins will go bad, and sometimes in the nursing homes they don't allow them to have pumpkins. They want something that reminds them of better days. So I try to give them something to remind them of better days. If I was given the gift to draw and this makes them happy, this is what I do. I'm shading in some leaves here. And I'm going to make this nice stem. Because this is the way I give back. Because I can't, whatever reason why they're in that room, I can't give testament of why they're there. It's not my business. I'm not God. And I would never, ever say I am because that's blasphemous. It really is. It's blasphemous to say you're a God when you're definitely not a God. So, and a lot of people in this world, they act like they are gods. There is some power that's bestowed on us, but it's to see how we do, and it's like a trick of the universe. They let you think, the universe will let you think that you're in control, but you're really, really not. It's always the divine, always. And people don't realize that. So I try. I really do. And I'm getting really fast at this. One of my residents that was a famous artist said the longer I do it and the more I sketch out things, the better I'm going to get and the faster. And she left this world, but she loved her art. So, in her memory and other artists I took care of, I use the gifts they give me to make people happy. And I feel artwork is something you could give someone to give hope. I'm not a musician, so this is how I give hope to people that are feel hopeless and are in hopeless situations. Because someone has to be there for them. Because the families can only be there for so long. They can't take care of somebody that's a Hoyer lift. It has to have mechanical lifts and things. I was trained to do this stuff, and I take my work as God's work. That I do. But you have random creative verse one day and written 9 songs so far. You should. What I would do, if you want to get far in your career and get better, start doing it for charity. Go to go to your local nursing home and go to the activities department and just say, I want to help out the residents, and tell them that. And just say, I want to help out your clients and I want to do free singing. And if you do that and you extend yourself in that way, you might get a record label. Who knows? And you'll get it in a good way. You won't get it in a bad way. Because there's a lot of negative people that just want to get paid and they don't think of things that are left behind and the people that are affected. People never think of, they don't want to think about how someone was affected by something. Nobody ever does. I do. I see the effects. The cause and effect is right in front of my face every day. No matter what kind of day I've had, I'm still walking. I'm able to come here on YouTube. I'm able to sketch. I'm able to walk my dog. That's some things that some people don't have. And we got to be grateful for what we have. If you are able to lay in a bed and get up alone without somebody having to get you up, you're doing good for the day. If God granted you health, I mean, you got to say thank you. And He gave you that good health for a reason. Everything was given for a reason. That I have, after dying twice, I have found that out to be truth. And it is absolute truth, divine. It really is. So I wake up every day. I think that I wake up and I'm in a good position where you could call your loved ones, you could call your family, you could call anyone you want to call. And that's just how the universe works. And I'm grateful for these moments. Because there's some people out there that gave into so much negative energy, they glorify death. And I guess it's okay to glorify death because it's a rebirth, but they glorify torture. To glorify torture is not good. It's very demonic. I glorify happy deaths. I glorify people that did good acts, gave good stuff, and died in their sleep. Because I've seen a lot of death. A lot of death. And the most blessed people are the ones that die in their sleep. And I guess working with hospice so long, I've just seen it. And I really, I guess, appreciate the process of death, because when I die, I know that my kids will be around me and I'll be with my parents. Because I work for a higher calling. I don't work for money. Well, I guess we all work to pay the bills, but I also work in this world to try to save people's souls. And I save the souls that are discarded in the nursing homes and stuff that no one cares about. And I feel that's my mission in life, to help the discarded. And just tell somebody that they're ugly and this and that, and to poke fun at somebody is blasphemous. And it happens every day. They'll say this person has no money, they're homeless, they're filthy, they're this, they're that, and it's horrible that they do that. Horrible, I tell you. You want to open a recreational center where people could come and play instead is a wonderful dream. Maybe me and my dog will come there, because I don't go far without my dog. I really don't. That's why I made him my service dog, because here in America, sometimes dogs are not seen as divine instruments like I see them. I see all animals, I see all people as divine instruments. So I made mine a service dog, paid $1,000 out, and it was to give him his personal freedom. Because even animals don't escape the torture of cruelty. They never do. But they show us what we need to know in the world. And they show us love, and they show us who didn't love. That's why you always pay attention to these animals. I've been researching these orca attacks and stuff and these shark attacks. People are very nasty to these animals, and then they wonder why they're getting eaten alive. Animals react to your aura and what you really have inside. I have seen a coyote. I've looked it in its eye, and this coyote did not do anything to me. And it was a hybrid wolf coyote. Yes, they can be dangerous, but it knew I didn't mean any harm. And to these truths, I think that being so connected to God, these creatures, that they just know. And I think these increased animal attacks are because they always walk with God, even if they're stuck in these fire, not fire, but the fighting pits. I have a big dog. My dog's German Shepherd. He's pit bull and he's black lab. And my dog is the sweetest thing. And people, my dog breeds. They put a label on them. We put a label on people. Labels are not good. They really aren't. Labels are something that I think are vicious, and I don't think anybody or any living thing should be labeled. None at all. So that's my position with all this labeling business. And I believe that every influencer out there should be trying to give good propaganda instead of bad propaganda. We all should come together in unity. That's why I started this channel. I march to the beat of my own drum to be my own. Yeah, me too. There's not a lot of us out there like that. There's a lot of people out there that just they don't care. And they're just obsessed with sex. They're obsessed with all these different things. They're obsessed with what people think. I'm not obsessed with all those things. I know that I will in one day just attract the right attention I need to. And here is John's. There's one pumpkin I just did. I'm going to do another one now. Because I have to do one for Lena, of course. Lena literally hates everyone in the nursing home, but she likes me. She really does. And I do love Lena too. She wants a pumpkin with candy corn. I just put Microsoft 365 in all of my computers. And I do recommend that. If you do not have Windows 11, I guess you're not going to get any updates after October. That's what they say. And I don't believe in wasting things. And I have a computer that's 12 years old. So I put Microsoft 365 in. In American currency, it's only $12 a monthly. And it takes care of everything. Keeps you online and you can keep your old computer, which is nice. Alright, now her, I think I'm going to do a Halloween pumpkin for her because she really likes Halloween. Let's see what comes up on this search. He is not big on Halloween. So, let's see if that comes up with. I do my just basic ley line sketches here. I'm going to try to do a scary one. I want to make a fun pumpkin for her. Let's see what I got here. This one's nice. It has a little moon and it's smiling. I'll go with that one. That's a happy pumpkin. I think she'll like that one. You're an empath as well and highly sensitive. Okay. Oh, me too. I go to work, I feel all of their. I guess I feel all of their pain, especially when they die. When they die, I feel the pain as they die. And I'm always there when one of them die. I don't want to be there all the time, and sometimes they wait. They'll be hanging on for the longest time, Divine, and the next thing I know, my coworkers will literally tell me that so and so stayed alive long enough for me to come back to work. And I'm like thinking in my head, are you serious? And because it's like, okay, the empath wanted a couple days off. It's like, okay. But yeah, they wait for me to die. It's crazy. And I feel their spirit passes through me, and sometimes they leave residues and give me things. I wasn't able to draw for my entire life, and I've only been drawing for 2 years. That's it. And the next thing I know, I helped pass through, and I prayed with a bunch of people before they died, and they were great artists. And next thing I know, I can draw. And I'm drawing as well as people that have been drawing for like all their life. I don't know when I pass them through. Sometimes they give me gifts. I could not even tell you. I guess that's God's great mystery. I don't know. I don't think that they bless the people that are like that. It's their energies. Oh, yeah, I get a lot of attachments. I helped pass through an RN, and everybody was mean to him, and he felt a lot of pain. So I could take away people's pain. I don't like to just announce that when I go to work and shit, but they don't never need painkillers when I come into work ever, not once. And when they're dying, they don't even need Roxanol or anything. And he was always in such pain, and I took care of him for the longest time, and he wanted to hang on because he wanted to go to Holy Family to die. And he came close to dying a couple times, and I took away his pain. And I made sure he lived long enough to make it to Holy Family Hospice. And next thing I know, I had all this, like when I got real sick, I knew to put hemp oil in my ear and all this stuff. And he was very accomplished when it came to medical. Very talented nurse. And I mean, I know I've been around medical, but I mean, sometimes I know things I'm not supposed to know in that. But I did take away all of his pain, and he waited for me to be able to make him healthy enough to go to Holy Family. So that's why I need 4 days off. I really do. And he told me before I went to Holy Family also to make sure I stay and help the others. So I have. I stay and I help the others. I don't know how long I'm going to be staying at that place. I have a feeling that maybe that's just the place I'm supposed to be. I don't know. You'd be crying your eyes out. Oh, I've been, you know what? I'm going to get you, Risha. I used to cry a lot too. I'm not immortal, okay? I used to cry a lot too, but the thing is you have to take that place of pain and you got to remember that sometimes there's a higher purpose and you got to let it go. I always go to the moon because I feel comfortable with the moon because my mother was a witch and she told me if you give your sorrow to the moon, God even hears it. So that's what I do. I just go outside and I just say I give my sorrows to the moon. And I've always done that. And I've always had really good luck and it doesn't overwhelm me. It makes you feel heavy because you're holding it in. When you give it to the moon or pray, whatever is your preference, divine, whatever it is. Praying does help too. It's just a way of releasing the bad stuff and all of the weight of everybody's hurt. And that's what I do. All right, making this pumpkin for Lena now. All right, let me get here. You want? I can't do feelings, but I could tell you Otis's intentions because that's a divine thing where I can't know. Oh, hi, Debbie. How you doing? Yeah, that's all up to the divine. I'm not that privy. I mean, that's all his intention. I could tell you intentions, but feelings are what we have that are only ours to expose. So you never know anybody's true feelings. You just know their intentions. Even animals don't know your feelings. Oh, oh, thank you. I did this for my other resident because he doesn't really like Halloween like that. But Miss Lena likes every. My other resident likes all the holidays. Some people say it's the devil's holiday. It really isn't the devil's holiday. The devil does not have a holiday. The devil really does not. It's just when the veil opens. That's it. And veils open, they close. The veil opens on Christmas. So it's the veil's always opening and closing at certain times. So you got to keep that in mind. All right. His intentions are what and the lovers card came up. This talks about love, relationship, values, alignment, choices, communication, curiosity, diversity, and adaptation. I feel that his main intentions in his field are with relationship and communication. And there's a curiosity that comes up big time in my third eye. I feel he really wants to make sure that you are not going to change or change up on him. Because changing up on people that truly gave their heart usually hurts people a lot, especially men that like to think that they're invincible. And then the King of Pentacles surrounds his intentions. This talks about adept, reliable, supportive, steady, and then there's wealth and success and ambition. And these are things he wants to do for you. He wants wealth and he wants all this stuff. And he wants to give things that he doesn't have. And the Fool surrounds his intentions. Oh, no, I'm sorry, the Star. The Star card is also in here, and this talks about hope, inspiration, creativity, calm, contentment, renewal, serenity. I feel this card applies to hope with him. Hope is screaming out to me. He hopes for a better tomorrow. He really, really does. I'm picking this up. I feel if you just kind of keep showing him that you care, you'll see that come out more. But he's scared. So that's what I'm picking up, Arisha. And that's good. I mean, that's what we all have in life. Alright. Now I'm getting back to Lena's pumpkin, but yeah, we always have in life, talking about this devil's holiday, because I hear this all the time. The devil has no holiday because they don't have sanction to this world unless we allow them to. And it's true. It's what they won't tell you, the spirits, because they never were given full sanction to this world, and they never will give full sanction to this realm. They just want to pretend that they have the power, and if you believe they have it, you gave them your power. That's the trick darkness has. And I will tell you that firsthand because it's absolutely true. Darkness always tries to trick you. Oh, I don't need you. This is my holiday. It's not. It's simply the veil opens, folks. That's it. It opens and it waits. That's why certain people die around Halloween. It has nothing to do with anything, and that's why it's called the Day of the Dead. It's actually a sacred time to die. It really is. Because in Roman times, this was a sacred time. And in ancient times, it was a sacred time to die around the veil. But you hear everybody talk about how it's unholy and this and that. It's not. It's energy. It's an energy flux. That's it. And you got to think about life and energy. Because we're energy. We die. And we go back to our inorganic form. We get born again. And that's it. I mean, so you got to do what you got to do with your inorganic form when you have it, which is your body. The more people you hurt in your inorganic form, the more bad energy that comes to you, and it could follow you in different lifetimes. Because if you didn't learn your lesson in this lifetime, if you're going through shitty times, and you keep fighting it and fighting it and fighting it, and the next lifetime you're going through the same exact thing. And then that's called a repeated cycle. Repeating cycles are not good because it means a soul refuses to believe. That's all that means. And you don't want that. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you want to know if Brian won't block you. Let me see his intentions. I get so involved in these resident stuff. They get so excited to see me, they don't know what to do. They want to know when I'm working next all the time. My energy needs a break from that place. When you work around death all the time, it's a lot. I need my day where the days so I can get back to feeling normal again. And then it goes back to feeling not normal again. So this is what happens in my world. Alright. Alright. Oh, I try. I'm just over here trying to spread good stuff, be a good, happy influencer because I feel people just they scam people and they put some weird thought things out there and they make things a little bit more complicated than it is. I like to say the truth. All right, Brian is in right now the tower. It's very interesting. And this just means destruction, revelation, awakening, misery, distress, ruin, and there's adversary and deception. I feel he's in a really negative, I feel it's more of a destructive path he's in. And the universe is revealing all of the stuff that he's doing to him. And he's ignoring it. That's what I'm picking up. To ignore what the universe tells you does not make it go away. He is surrounded by the Empress. And this talks about abundance, fertility, motherhood, pregnancy, sensuality, creativity, art, harmony. I'm feeling his is sensuality. He's surrounded by people trying to be sensual with him. And this happens when when you're broken up with someone or you're trying to deny the love you have for someone. You'll get these people that are in the embodiment of darkness that will try to have sex with you and try to tell you them that everything's going to be okay when really it's not. So there's some demonic women follow us surrounding him. And they're whispering in his ear. I'm picking up. Then he's also surrounded by the Ace of Cups. And this talks about spiritual and emotional fulfillment, abundance, joy, and celebration, inspiration, intuition, and divine love. I want to say his is divine love because he has some ancestors that are watching over him. Because there's people that are trying to make him believe that it's okay to deny love. And that's what these demonic forces do. We cannot none of us can deny love. Love is like a hurricane. It comes in and it does not go away. And it won't go away. So, and he's ignoring it. And his ancestors are trying to help him. You probably did. I feel you might have a using an app that could smell. You very well could have looked into his eyes, but some people get their heads full of stuff on this social media stuff. I don't keep my head in the clouds. I don't expect anybody to subscribe to me. I don't expect anything out of anybody because I'm happy with taking care of the sick. This is my destiny. And it's my destiny to try to help people. And I help from the heart. Some people in this business, they get too caught up in other things. And they like to think they're special at times. I do not think I'm special at all. I really don't, Divine. Not at all. So, yeah, well, maybe you guys, sometimes I've had that happen to me. In a past lifetime, when things like that do happen, sometimes it's because maybe you were married in another lifetime. I've come across people that I had this such a strong connection, couldn't figure out why, and it was in a past lifetime I was married to them. So that could happen too. He could have been your husband in another lifetime, but in this lifetime he might not be meant to be your husband, is the thing. I mean, I've felt strongly about people, but in this lifetime I was meant to be with who I'm with, and that's it. And that's just how I guess that goes. Because a soul does not forget when it truly loves, even in a different lifetime. So reincarnation does exist, even though the Catholic religion says hell to the no, it does. Because people would not have all these past life experiences if it did not. So, and some people, they deny it, some religions deny it, but it is true. So it's probably past lifetime. And you could very well be with him again. I mean, it kind of depends on divine influence. I would try to manifest it or just simply ask the universe. I had to ask the universe today how I was going to, because my dad's house is going for sale, how I was going to try to get his ashes, because everyone's against me. Because my sister's husband took them. And I asked the lawyer, I said, in God's name, are you going to try to speak for my dad? Because I'm his only child. So, and in God's name, she said she would do what she could, and she's contacting the VA so my dad finally could have a funeral. He's been dead since April. And people are just not caring about him having a funeral, but my sister's husband's holding on to these ashes, and he won't give us the keys to the house so I can get my dad's personal effects or his ashes. And it's demonic influence. I know it is. But I let her know, and she said in God's name she would do what she can. So sometimes we got to put that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, I just decided I was going to put in God's hand, and I asked the universe, and that's the answer the universe gave me. Sometimes you get answers like this. And maybe there's a reason that I need to start doing that. I don't know. But we'll see. Maybe since my dad was a veteran and in the military, maybe there is going to be some money there. But I do feel that in this lifetime, I was meant to honor the dead. And this is my main focus in this world. As crazy as that sounds, but yeah. Some people and I did birth two boys, so I was meant to be married. And I was meant to help the dead and the upcoming dead. I was meant to help people on the death cycle. Some people are meant to help people on the living cycle. And I embraced what the universe gave me because what else can you do? There is nothing else you could do. That's my I'm meant to do. And I'm humbled every day by death because death gives renewal. Every day it gives renewal. Gives us a chance to reconnect with those that we thought we were not going to see forever. And I do see dead people. I see them quite often. The dead just like they have a party over here at Chong the Dog. I see my dad quite often. But I embrace it. What else you going to do? As an empath, we all got special gifts. I can do healing also. I do help people with healing. Every empath can heal. And I just try to do what I can to help people every day. And I help them out in the death cycle. That's what I do. I don't know what your path is. I think the music thing you should pursue and use it to help somebody to help. And you'll find your path. Ask what the universe wants you to do with your gift. Because if you do your gift with and for good intentions and you're not asking for money, a lot of times the money follows. And you got to remember that. So, yeah, I could see if you got a career for you, Debbie. I could do your career path and the energy on your career path. I mean, if you live where I lived, I would say you could come to my nursing home and you could help me draw pumpkins, laugh out loud. But you don't live where I live, so. Oh, Queen Libra, okay. Hi, Queen Libra, how you doing? All right, let me do here Debbie's for her career path. But yeah, I just know that I don't, even when bad things happen to me, I know that there's a lot of people that suffer a greater path than me. And you got to remember that there's a lot of people that suffer worse than you. And it happens all the time. Suffering is so prevalent in this realm. I don't know why, but it is. Probably because people always don't have a bigger focus, I guess, in life. And we're conditioned as children to forget about things. You know, you'll be happy if you go to school, be a doctor or lawyer or something. And this is the conditions that were said that we have to do. And the thing is we don't have to do them like that. Life was never meant for that. You were meant to follow your path. And that's it. And then accept death when it comes. That was our that was what when you were born, that was the your deal with the universe. And you picked your body. So I picked my parents. Or, I believe I had the same parents in every lifetime. All right, Debbie, your path is in Nine of Swords for your career. And this talks about depression, nightmares, guilt, regret, remorse, negative thoughts, making mountains out of molehills. There's a lot of worry. And the negative thoughts are just you worrying a lot about it. That's where your central energy is in this career situation for you. You're surrounded by the Page of Swords. And this talks about thirst and knowledge, new ways of communicating, mental agility, inquisitiveness, clarity, and education. I'm picking up for you what applies the most that your energies is knowledge and education for career. And then you got Eight of Swords. And this talks about imprisonment, victim, mentally negative thoughts, self imposed, limitation, lack of clarity, and anxiety. It's showing me here that you worry a lot about things. I do all this adjustments and it goes off every 5 seconds. This dang computer. But anyways, I feel that you are going to have a career, but you may have to embrace a career that you don't like at first, and you got to fix imbalances in your life. That's what I'm picking up for you, Debbie. And you got to fix your imbalance. Everything is comes when it's supposed to come. And your career will come, but it's coming at a certain time. So maybe my best suggestion with that kind of reading would be just see if you can get a temporary job and look for college or job training or something. I went to school for years and I had these jobs where I worked at a donut shop. And I liked these jobs because when I got bigger jobs, I missed the donut shop. It gives you, I don't know, it just gives you purpose and you see what the bigger picture is sometimes when you have some of these jobs that are like that. And I know a lot of people don't like that, hear that, but yeah, we're all not meant to just bam, you're a doctor or you're something, you just got to go up the ladder. And that's generally how life goes. And sometimes when you go up the ladder, it's not always the best result if you go too quick. So I would just maybe just start looking at education as something to temporarily get you by until you get to where your chosen path is. Because that's the great thing about this inorganic form we're in. We can choose a lot of stuff for ourselves. And it's always good to help the innocent along the way as you're doing your chosen path. Always help the innocent. Always. And always pray for the ones that are wicked. Because their path is not going to be a good one. It really isn't. And especially if they're on a wicked path. But you should always do that because their souls still count. Because that's just the way that runs. Even though you can't decide, it's not us to decide why their souls are important or not. That's up to God and the Reaper. I leave everything to God and the Reaper. I do. So, but that's what I do. But yeah, just get a little job and maybe just do what I do. I went and I limited my budget on things. I went to Amazon clearance section. I will tell you about that, Debbie. The Amazon clearance section, I got all these pad coffees and stuff, so I don't have to worry about spending a lot of money. So, and I do that, and I save my money because I'm not on the chosen path of what I wanted to do in my life. I embraced what was given. What was given to me was working at a nursing home. It pays the bills, and I'm able to help people there. You can help people anywhere. You can help people at a restaurant. I mean, there's always help. There's always people around that need help. And I'm not talking give them money, give them this. I'm talking about just give them awareness. They need kind words, give them kind words. Because some people, they don't realize what's around them, and they might be surrounded by negative people, which I'm sure they are. Because if my mother-in-law's right, laugh out loud, the demons are already here, no matter if you're using a Ouija board or not. And she says that more demons have ascended. If you want to believe the words of my mother-in-law, and sometimes she's so accurate, it's scary. She's not a tarot card reader, but she says she's God's vessel, one of God's vessels, and she prays all the time, and she hears God every day. And this is what she tells me, so I just believe her. I mean, I'm getting true love reading. I'm just shading the last part of this pumpkin here that I'm gonna. Maybe next time I come on, I have to get the pictures. Oh, you can have one. All right, I got somebody. It's Teresa. Are you? I got you, Teresa. Now that I got a little bit of shaded, because if I don't have Lena's pumpkin with her candy corn, there's gonna be issues. She's gonna be all sad, and she's gonna scream my name from her room, and I'm gonna have to tell her I don't have this pumpkin with this candy corn all around. So to avoid all this, I'm making sure Lena has her pumpkin with the candy corn. So let me get to your love reading, Teresa. Oh, hi. Well, okay, you were here before. Well, I'm glad. I don't. It's very intimidating being on YouTube. It is. Everybody's here on TikTok. That was. I've been through TikTok through like thick and thin, and I'm actually over there more. I go over there and I put my Barb Talk over there all the time, but they're one of my favorite networks. But over here, there's billions and billions of people. Billions. It's very intimidating over here. You never know. It's like the ocean. You never know. It's like a shark. You never know if you're going to get eaten or not. So I just take whatever blessings I get over here, and if I get something positive, I'm glad for what I get for the day. And sometimes that's what you got to do when you're dealing with the ocean. That's how I think of it. But Teresa, your love reading is in Nine of Swords. This talks about depression, nightmares, guilt, regret, remorse, negative thoughts, and making mountains out of molehills also. You're just in a state where I feel that you don't think that you're going to get anybody on pickup. And I've been there. I have been there, Teresa. I think I've been there in my 51 years many of times. So sometimes with the same person, laugh out loud. That happens too, folks. And you're also surrounded by, is this the Queen? Alright. Hang on. Where the heck did I put that flashlight? Hang on. Alright, hang on. These new glasses. Oh, God. Okay. Alright. Oh, Knight. I didn't see the K. Alright. Alright, we got the Knight of Swords surrounding your love reading, Teresa. And that talks about imprisonment, victim, mentally negative thoughts, self-imposed, limitation, lack of clarity, and anxiety. I feel there has been a lot of hurt in your life. And when you've been hurt, sometimes your soul at times doesn't believe when love walks through the door and second doubts a lot of things. That's what I'm picking up for you. And it is. Sometimes some people make you just doubt your own everything. And that's what some people do. And that's intentionally or unintentionally. Sometimes people do that. And it's terrible that they do. And you're also surrounded by Two of Cups. And this talks about harmony, balance, unity, compatibility, happy couples, and potential soulmates. That's a good happy card. And this is a future card. And that was the past, is the Knight of Swords. And I'm picking up the balance thing and compatibility and a soulmate that is coming soon. But they're going to come by chance. It's just going to be so random by chance. It's going to be like star-crossed lovers. I feel it's going to be 1 or 2 moon cycles too. It's going to come when the balance comes. Tism for your guidance. Oh, you're welcome. You're debating between nursing, respiratory therapy, or customer service. Well, see, there you go. I mean, I don't know. I'm in nursing too, so I don't know. Nursing is really wrong. Could be very challenging, Debbie. Especially after COVID, there's a lot of things going on and a lot of new guidelines. So, oh, your ex was abusive, Teresa. That's why that card came up. Yeah, nursing right now is not what it used to be. I will tell you that, being in nursing, and then I don't want to be a nurse because of all the new protocols they have. I mean, these residents literally could say somebody stole my socks, and the next thing you know, an ombudsman shows up. I had an ombudsman follow me around work. And because the residents, if you tell them that you gotta pass trays, will yell at you and want to get changed while we're passing food. And then they call the ombudsman, and this lady was nasty as hell, follow me around the nursing home. And I was like, OMG. And they take out what somebody does that's bad and takes it out on everybody around. And they act like, and they when they follow these nurses, oh man. If you do want to get a nursing, you got to be careful because of that. And then these nurses aides, they come and they don't literally want to work, and they will be nasty to the residents, and they work under your license. You got to remember that too, Debbie. So you got to be tough. So if you do pick nursing that, but respiratory, they're pretty safe. There's not a lot of people that mess with the respiratory therapist. I don't know why. All right, I'm getting you clean Libra, but yeah, respiratory is pretty safe in there. I don't really have anything. There's really not all the respiratory therapists at my work are pretty damn happy. Even regular therapists, they're pretty happy because they don't got to deal with ombudsmen and families and everything. It's the nurses that go through hell and back. So really think about nursing. Yes, I know it's a lot of money, but really think about it. And think about, could I really benefit from that career? I don't think I would be a good nurse. Not because I don't think I could do it. I could, but I couldn't deal with everything they deal with family members and stuff. And then your license is always in jeopardy. All right, Queen Libra. You and Paul are in King of Swords. That's an exciting card. This talks about clarity, truth, powerful truth, courageous, desirous, ruling and conviction, objective and decisive, and logical. I'm picking up that you and this Polly, oh, I love Polly, just like in Rocky. That was one of my favorite movies. But I feel that you guys you're in clarity. I'm picking up clarity. Clarity and desirous. So there's desire and clarity in your main field with him. And what's surrounding you guys is death. And this doesn't mean that anybody's dying. That's why I always like to say this. The death card doesn't mean anything like that. This just talks about endings, change, transformation, transition, rebirth, renewal, disclosure, completion. I'm picking up transformation for you guys. There's going to be a time where it changes. So that's good if you're wondering if you guys are dating. I'm not picking up anything negative. Then you got the Two of Wands surrounding you and this man. And this talks about action plans, exploring intuition, fulfillment, passion, long-term goals. I'm picking up it's a long-term goals and possibilities kind of describes you guys in the Two of Wands. I feel it's going to be a process where he finds his inner self, but I think you guys will eventually start dating. And when he does, it's going to be more towards going for marriage. So when people wait a little bit longer like that, it's generally because they have feelings for you. And they don't want to just say, we're together. So I do feel you will start dating Queen Libra. It's just not, it's going to be a minute for him to realize if that's what he fully wants. And sometimes waiting for somebody's decision is always the better. Because at least you know it'll be a lasting one. Okay, he said he wants a long term with someone. Well, then that's what the holdup is. When people are waiting for long term, it does mean that also. It means that they're making sure because they're not trying to find no one else. And when they're not trying to find no one else, that's a very good sign. So I see you guys possibly being married one day. I really do. I mean, depending on the circumstances, when you guys are together for a little bit longer. And that's a good happy sign there. So I do see you guys there. So maybe just keep the positive vibes going with Polly. Because don't be negative or pushy or anything. Just kind of keep it rolling. The more positive you get, the more he'll come around. People a lot of times give all these ultimatums to people. Ultimatums are negative and pushy, and sometimes they drive people away. They used to say in my day, give someone an ultimatum, so because you don't want people to buy the milk before they bought the cow. And sometimes with that idealism, you could drive somebody good away. So these are things that I have found in my life that are true. Because sometimes people just want to make sure, I guess, they got the right cow. Because my parents were Southern, so my grandmother came from the hills of Kentucky, so everything was related to an animal on the farm. But these are my roots. So I have a lot of farm references. And these are the things I scratched my head at, like, oh wow, did my grandmother just say this? These are things that I went through my life. But Meninza. Oh, I know. I remember you, Meninza. You've been in here before. How are you doing? I'm trying to get more fancy these days. I tried it. I got a little cover, a trailer, and everything else in my before the live stream comes on. But I'm trying to get more fancy, like the people that are real live streamers around here. I'm actually putting thumbnails on things now because I have accepted the fact that Facebook just doesn't like me that much. I had 6,000 people follow me, and they said that they were going to give me a payout, and I owed me a payout, never got it, and then all of a sudden things happen. But maybe Destiny wants me to be on YouTube. So I'm accepting my fate on YouTube. And I'm glad you guys like me. Alright, we got the 3 of pentagrams. Is it? Wait, hang. It should be. I think it's pentagrams. I wish this was a little not so dark. Pentacles. That's it. Alright, we got the 3 of Pentacles. It's Menenza. Okay. Munenza. Now we know how to say your name. Thank you. I am not good with pronouncing. I try to like words I don't know. So thank you for the clarity. I do appreciate it because I do like to learn new words. Even though sometimes I learn bad words. I have a patient, she speaks Spanish, and of course I had to learn pendejo, which is a hole in Spanish. And these are the things that I learn. Laugh out loud. But yeah, I like to learn good words too. But I think it was babushka or something means old lady in Polish. I learned that from a resident, and it actually wasn't a cuss word, which was an accomplishment for me. And then there's Didi Mao that I've learned, and that's Vietnamese for get the F out of here. So this is what I do. I like words. But you got for your, I guess what's coming for you. You got the 3 of Pentacles, and this talks about teamwork, collaboration, learning, inflammation, quality, recognition, reward, and growth. That's what cycle you're in. And that's a really good cycle to be in. And you're surrounded by judgment also. And judgment talks about awakening, obviously judgment, outcome, accountability, forgiveness, renewal, redemption, and transformation. I'm picking up that people have done things and lied to you, and I feel this relates to you more with the renewal and transformation. And when we don't forgive people, and or just things of it, or just we hold in and we kind of stay mad about situations and then forget about it. The thing is, we keep that negative energy, and you don't want to keep it. You want to give it back. Once you forgive somebody or just forgive the situation and just if you're Catholic or whatever, you say put in God's hands. Once you do that, it changes the outcome. It sends that energy right back to them. You want the energy sent back. You don't want it to stay with you. So, and then you got the Five of Pentacles. So you got a lot of pentacles in this reading. This talks about hardship, rejection, isolation, worry, adversary, or adversity, struggle, bad luck, illness, divorce, scandal, disgrace. I'm picking up hardship and struggle and a little bad luck on you here that you've been going through. I just feel like if you just kind of just instead of holding in all that negative stuff, oh, you're divorced. Now that actually explains a lot. The isolation and all that. I have been through a divorce. I will tell you this, Muninza. I will tell you that I forgave my ex-husband and I literally was in a domestic. And I didn't want to forgive him for the longest time. Because I said, why should I forgive him? Because he did these horrible acts to me. And I suffered for a long, long time. And it just came to the point where I finally I let go. And my kids couldn't believe it. I actually got in the car with my ex and we did like a family day or whatever because, we had the kids when I first got divorced. And I told him we're not getting back together, but I had my kids with me and we did like just because my kids wanted to do the holidays and I did. And I even told the kids I'm forgiving for you guys and because it's the right thing to do. And my life turned around and he had hardships out the ass. He became homeless for a while. He got his toes turned black, was rotting. It was crazy. And I got healthier and found somebody I really cared about and ended up getting remarried. And I really didn't think that it was going to make a difference, but the universe shocked me. And all the negative energy that he gave to me went right back to him. He's still a good dad and he sees the kids and stuff, but I don't feel that pain anymore. The pain, you could harbor it or you can give it back to him. That's the thing. I guess that's the decision you got to make. I don't want to feel that pain because I didn't do it. And I don't want to harbor his pain. I don't want to be his anchor. And being someone's anchor really sucks. You just don't want to do it. It tears apart your soul. Oh yeah, Simone. It's Halloween vibes. I got a lot of residents at my work that we got trick-or-treaters that come, and these residents sometimes they can't have pumpkins. Some kind of state rule. Something about if the pumpkin's carved, it could I don't know. Something could happen when the pumpkin's carved and get bugs in the facility. I don't know. So I draw them pumpkins. I'm making this for my resident Lena. Because Lena loves me the most. Well, they all love me, but Lena really loves me. She tells her daughter and everything how much she loves me. and I'm making her a pumpkin. And I have to put candy corn next to this pumpkin because she specifically asked for candy corn. But this is my life. Come on, this is just what I have. My residents, half of them are, most of my residents subscribe to me. Crazy enough as that. Most of my subscribers were the residents when I first started. And then other people started subscribing me, but it all started with my residents. So, I don't know. My life is so crazy these days. I never thought in a million years that I would be on YouTube being a live streamer. I never did. I never thought this. I thought maybe, possibly, I'd be a nurse, or I thought I knew that I wasn't gonna. I knew I'd be successful at some point, and I wouldn't be. I'd be okay that way, but who knew that this was gonna happen? This is just the universe's. I don't know. Maybe it's because I try to do good things. I don't know, but I like it so much that I just don't want to be a nurse. I'm just to the point where I don't even care about being a nurse. They don't have a lot of fun. I have fun. And they sure don't have fun, these nurses. And I'm all about fun these days. When I die, I want to know I had a lot of fun and my kids can see and hear me because they'll be able to see the live streams. There's like 480 of these babies in a playlist. So, all right, you want to know a man. I'll get to you, Danella. All right, you want to know a man if. Okay, you want to know about Ackman's. Ackman's. I hope I pronounced that right. Energy towards me, specifically after I post a new picture. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been there. I mean, I don't know what people think about me when I post stuff. I always try to post positive things. I'm always hoping someone will feed a dog. Honestly, when I'm posting things or when it's with photography, I'm hoping that they won't litter. They'll recycle their plastic and help the animals. That's what I do when I post. I'm always hoping you guys are secretly helping an animal every time I post something. I really am. That's my secret. I know it's crazy, but yeah, whenever I post, I go, maybe if I post this, then someone will feel compassion for an animal. So we'll see what he thought after your post, and I'll get to yours, Danella. I even got a sketchbook. Oh, you like them? I try. On Facebook, I mean, I don't know how it is over here, but on Facebook, it was always you had to do like 10 to 15 posts a day. And then I was a digital creator for 2 years. So you had to learn how to make videos and you had to learn how to make them yourself. You couldn't and do a lot. You had everything had to be done and you had it was post, 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 post. Every day you had to. I do take a little break when I have to do 32 hours in 3 days, which actually my 32 hours turns into like close to 35 after because I got to stay over at work and I work a half a day. And sometimes I'm gone for 13 hours one day working. But yeah, we always posted. And it was a Facebook thing. And I'm always into that routine. So I post a lot. I always post my sketches. I always post. I try to do happy post. I try to make inspirationals because I was known for my inspirationals on Facebook. because I always I want to promote peace and harmony, not disturbing stuff. And I don't like it. I don't like the negative posts. I hate them. So I don't like to give them. I feel that there's not enough positivity. All right. Now, Aman, you want to know about how they felt about your post. This Ahmed. All right. The energy that was in the Knight of Cups. And this talks about inspiration. It's individual, and then it's inspiration, intuitive messages. And then I don't think the psychic ability applies to you. And then there's dreamy and artistic. I'm figured I'm feeling that the energy in that post was an intuitive message I'm picking up. And then also what surrounded that energy was the Four of Pentacles. And this talks about financial security, which doesn't apply here, stability, quality achievement, and I wish it was a little brighter, these cards. Okay. Start at there's control. Oh, possessiveness and you know what? I'm picking out more. That post was, I want to say it was more, there was a lot of possessiveness and control when you posted that. He felt that control and possessiveness. That's coming up big time. Then there's the Five of Swords. Conflict, disagreement, competition, winning at all costs, self-interest, discard, hostility, aggression, malice. I'm feeling it was conflict too. A conflict within himself when you did that. So, you know, when some people do bad things, they get mad when people are doing happy things. So, if you're happy and they're not doing happy things, just keep doing it. And if you like posting that and doing your little posts and you're living your best life, keep doing it, because I live my best life no matter what anybody thinks. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't. I had a YouTuber over here that was over there that'd make fun of me because I was streaming and I didn't have my art studio all done. I didn't. So I did it from my bed. And I had all my art supplies because I have a lot of things in my bedroom. Laugh out loud. I even have my coffee maker in there, one of those 1 cup ones. And he kind of made fun of me, but I didn't have a lot of money and I was setting up and buying art stuff because you got to buy your art things little by little and save them. So, and I didn't care what he said about me, not at all. So, sometimes you got to do that. All right. All right, I think I get, and now it's Danella. All right. Danella, I think I got yours. All right, you want to know how Teddy feels about you. Okay. Let's do the energy field on Teddy. But yeah, you gotta, whatever you feel is good for your life, you gotta do. You know, I was literally streaming from my bed and just drawing on Facebook, and people poke fun of it, and I like to do it. And then I eventually made half of my living room into an art studio. That's what I talk to you from, is my living room. So, but this is the progression of things. There's people that are going to hate you and people that are not going to like you. So, and who cares? They don't got to live your life. They got to live their life, and eventually one day they're gonna live and die just like we all are. But I didn't take that to a negative place, not at all. Even though he made a big post and he actually went and did a video in his bed, and he was talking in his bed, poking fun at me. So, and I did not even take that. And he was one of the, I don't, he was very popular. He's still very popular over here. He's a rapper. And I just didn't care. I'm not in competition with nobody. Neither should anybody be in competition with anybody. So, all right. All right, you want to know Teddy's feelings now. All right. Teddy's feelings are in a Five of Swords. And this talks about conflict, disagreement, competition, and winning at all costs, self-interest, hostility. I want to say his is more self-interest and a conflict within himself, this Teddy of yours. I don't feel malicious or aggressiveness at all with this Teddy. It's all about self-interest. And that conflict he has within himself. That could be the worst conflict of all, too, folks. You gotta know your own self. And then the moon surrounding him too. This talks about intuition, dreams, subconscious understanding, confusion, fear, illusion, deception, chaos, and implication. I feel Teddy, I'm getting downloads that Teddy is more in confusion and illusion and uncertainty. And when you feel this, sometimes it comes across real nasty and really confuses a whole situation, even though it's not meant that way. That's why you should always, before you talk to somebody and react, really think about how you say it, because some things are said wrong. So, and I don't know, it's just about his life in general, and I think just because you're in his life is the reason why you're involved. I don't think it's about you personally, it's just about things in his life, and then you're just a part of his life. And he's also surrounded by the Empress. This talks about the abundance, fertility, motherhood, pregnancy, sensuality. That and a harmony and luxury. There's that side of him where he wants a child. And I want to say it could be a boy or a girl, but he's really hoping for a boy or a boy and a girl. And he's trying to get harmony within himself. So, and he's afraid that if you got pregnant, he can't walk away. That's what I'm getting, Danella. Oh, hi, pufferfish. You know, there was a pufferfish on where they would like the lady on SpongeBob that was the teacher for driving school. I remember this because I watched it with my kids. My youngest loved SpongeBob. See, I got the sketchbook now. I'm getting very... Yeah, but I wouldn't take it to heart, Danella. I just feel like he has a lot going on in his life. I started a personal sketchbook. My brother from another mother, his cousin is an FBI sketch artist. He brought me to get the sketchbook and said, now that I'm getting better at drawing, he said this is a portfolio. I got these 3 done so far, and I did stitch. And he says you keep this, and then the pages tear out. So I need to do something. Any career advice for the SpongeBob character? Yes, I have career advice. I got advice for everybody. But yeah, I love SpongeBob. I don't know. I might draw SpongeBob. It might inspire me. Oh, you're welcome. I do like to do fun things when I'm not at work. I feel like when I'm at work, I just get it sucks my soul. It like and I come home, I'm so tired, and then I deal with people that are so negative, and I hate that they're negative to the residents because they're sick. I hate people that are mean to sick people. I really, really do. I can't say enough. If somebody's sick and they're not feeling good or whatever, be nice to them. And if you get terminal illnesses, because that could be you one day. Yeah, you can have a reading. All right, let me get some career advice for the puffer fish. Yeah, I'd like to have fun in my life. All right. Got 2 of swords for your career energy. And this talks about impasse, avoidance, opposition, facing your fear, being torn between 2 relationships. And it doesn't, all these things don't actually, everything doesn't always apply to you in these things. It means a lot of different things, these cards. Yours is more facing your fears and being torn between kind of where you want to put your energy. That's your main central field. Then you got Page of Wands surrounding it. And this talks about confidence, being courageous, adventurous, bold, curious, energetic, optimistic, and passionate. I'm figuring yours would more be around confident and optimistic. I feel you're one of these people, pufferfish, that dwell on things and you worry about every little thing because you're trying to get your life in order. And if you try to get your life in order, you pay attention to details and you don't know how the details are going to go. And then you got the Ace of Swords also surrounding this. And this talks about progress. Moving on, moving forward, calm after the storm, and overwhelming hardship and relief. This card represents you in the way of you've had like some jobs you didn't like, and then you had a lot of bills where you really needed the money, but you still kind of moved on and got on with your life. But there was always progress and something going forward for you. So I do see something coming for you, but it's a slow progression, pufferfish. So, and people like you are going to always have something. So be positive, as you will get somewhere, but you got to be positive about it. Oh, you can get a Marilyn Cube. You can get a reading. Now, before I get to my sketchbook for my portfolio stuff that my brother wants me to do, I'm going to try to finish Lena's pumpkin. because she is, if I do not have this with the candy corn, she's going to have problems. Rachel Tinter. Well, I don't know. What kind of central field of messages do you want? I can get any kind of message, but I do see dead people. I guess it's what category of messages you would like to get. I am a receiver of messages. When you see dead people, this happens. I'm just putting some random candy corn around here because she really likes her candy corn. So I'm just free sketching some candy corn. These are nice because they're little cones and then you just stripe them down. Candy corn and then shade them nice. Candy corn's very easy to make. And then you round out the bottom. I think it's like one of the easiest things to make. Life in general, okay. Yeah, there's always different things about life going on. Life is one big endless circle of just things going on in it. So, okay, I'm just going to add some depth to this candy corn. If you take on the bottom and just take a line like that, you get something nice there. And then I'm going to stripe it out and shade it, and then I'll color it probably in my next stream. But I'm going to try to do a portfolio one. All right, let me see what you got coming on. If you just want a general, they always give you a pathway type thing of what they feel you should be doing in your journey, just so you know. Because spirits are very nosy. They are very, very nosy, and they like to make sure the living are doing good things because life is a privilege. And to be human, and because I feel that we all were an animal at some point. To be evolved into a human means you did something to get here that was good. You didn't. Even though I love ravens, I don't. I feel like I'm at one with ravens, but I've always liked that. I've always sometimes I dream of ravens a lot, but I feel like I was a raven in another lifetime. But to be able to communicate and change things is a privilege and it can be taken away. You can go to a lower level of the chain if you do bad things that they feel that made everything worse in life. So, but it's not always a bad thing. That's why you should always be nice to the animals because it could be a soul that you knew in another life. It absolutely could. That's why animals don't live as long because we go through cycles until we become human. I found that out when I died. So, and came back. Alright, you got the High Priestess for your energy. And this just talks about subconscious mind, sensuality, spirituality, thirst for knowledge, and exploring inwardly. That describes you. So, which is good. That's a good job. That's a good card to describe you. And then you got King of Wands surrounding you. And this talks about honor, energy, passion, inspired actions, initiative, ambition, drive, and desire and enterprise. I feel what's surrounding your path right now is ambition and desire and honor. which is a good thing. Let's see what else is surrounding you. Then you got Queen of Wands. And this just talks about being a social butterfly, determination, energy, passion, inspired action, adventure, and impulsiveness. I'm thinking what describes you more in this journey would be, I want to say, social butterfly and inspired action. I feel the path to spirits one should do is more of a social base. I feel that they want you to help people and still kind of make sure you're okay, but that's the suggestion that's coming up with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'd be painting for 90-year-olds, so that I'm on that path too. And then the King of Wands is just like a path of honor type thing with passion and inspired stuff. I don't know. I feel that you're supposed to help other people by your actions and things you do. That's what I'm getting, Rachel. Maybe, you don't have to be an influencer. Maybe just go and just help people. There's all kinds of ways to help people, animals, all kinds of stuff. And sometimes you help the animals, it helps the people. Animals bring us all together. They do. They bring out the best of us, children and animals. That's why we have them. And that's the God's honest truth. Chong brought the best out of me. I was depressed and I had problems. My dog saved me. And I will say that because he did. He saved me. He saved me in the best way. So that's just how life is. So at least you're in a path of honor. All right. Now we got. Hey, that's okay to gamble. I gamble. I'm like back in the days, I gambled before all these apps came. I used to bet on football. I love playing poker. Nothing wrong with it. Enjoy your life. Go to the casino. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you got your life to live till you die and get reborn again. But yeah, just try to help others as much as you can. I mean, I'm over here painting pumpkins. It's what I do to help. I'm not saying that if you don't, not you can help people with just not even using money. Sometimes they like the companionship and things, and I mean, God, older people are the easiest to help. They're happy if you buy them something that's $1, and they like the company. They truly do. I'm shading in these candy corns because you kind of want to make them nice. And then when I go color them in later. All right, Marilyn, you got a legal situation. Oh, yeah, I do too. I called that I texted that lawyer. Here in America, nobody talks to you. I don't like I don't trust anybody till I see the whites of their eyes. I'll pray for you. We both going through things. I don't know if I'm gonna win mine. I'm fighting for my dad's ashes, so I call that the worst legal situation. But I finally asked her in God's name, is she going to help me get my dad's ashes? And she's going to try to call the VA and get my dad's ashes and everything for me. I literally, since I can't see the white of her eyes, so I made her promise in God's name. So I get it. I absolutely get it. This going through a legal situation is like going through an enema. It's terrible. There's nothing good about a legal situation. There really isn't. So let's see what comes up on the cards for your legal situation. I keep asking other readers, and they keep saying that I'm going to get it in the end, but there's going to be a fight over everything. My dad's house obviously is getting sold, and I'm going to get half of that. I'm fighting with my sister's brother, and everyone's dead, and he must have been the only a-hole in the group. I don't know, but this is what I'm dealing with. And they can be the worst things in the world to deal with. And you can't trust barely any of these people. All right. Your legal situation, Marilyn, is in the Ace of Wands. And this talks about motivation, passion, possibility, dedication, drives, and energizing. I'm picking up what refers to your legal situation as motivation and passion and possibility. I'm not picking up anything negative here. So that is good. Then you got it's surrounded by the Knight of Cups, and that has that represents abandonment, leaving, traveling, escapism, seeking truth, self discovery, and introspection. I'm picking up traveling and self discovery and truth for you on the Eight of Cups. So, and with the traveling, I'm picking up money. Money to travel. And I really hope you get it because I'm hoping I get that too with my legal situation because I want to go to Disney World. It's the happiest place on earth and I want to go. All right, and you got the Knight of Wands also. And this talks about positive change, dynamic momentum, and new opportunities, and exciting developments in action. I think you're going to win. I really do. I see all kinds of. I see. I do see a new job opportunity coming your way. Also, and I see extra money and everything. I think you're going to be okay with this, Marilyn. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Pray I get my dad's ashes because I'm threatening people in God's name because I can't see the whites of people's eyes. I'm trying to get a proper funeral. So I'm hoping God stays in my path and helps me. Because I need all the help I can get with these a-holes. I really do. But yeah, we're close. Canada's close to America. I think I've been to Canada once. I went to Niagara Falls and it was wonderful. I even went to that when I was younger. I went to that restaurant that goes really high up, that is circles up high, and I ate dinner there when I was younger. It was really nice. I actually, that's on my list of things to do is go to Niagara Falls again. Maybe once I get this money and get through this lawsuit and everything, I might be driving there and going to that magnificent restaurant in Canada because I do like Canada. It's one of the destinations I went when I was a kid that I really like and enjoy. And it's a very positive, happy country. Well, not a country, but you know what I mean. Well, it is. Yeah, it's a country. Duh. But yeah. I would do plan to go to Canada and redo that vacation. I don't know if I'd live there because I've lived in America for so long, and this is just where I've been. I'm a creature of habit. So being a creature of habit, it's like that, but I do enjoy Canada. Oh, you in British Columbia? Okay. Well, maybe if one day I'll get famous enough. I know I live close to Canada, so that's actually realistic for me. Maybe if I get to be famous one day. I mean, I don't expect these things. The universe gives me what they think I deserve. If I become famous, maybe I will go there. I mean, maybe I can get one of those fancy cameras like some of these YouTubers have. And maybe just do a whole segment on British Columbia. Who knows? You could, it's always, you never know what life is going to bring you. Who knew a healthcare worker would get as far as I got? Because that's all really I am is a healthcare worker. My friends at work think I'm crazy because I like to come over here and live stream. And I tell my friends at work all the time, I don't want to be unhappy with my life. I want to do stuff I like to do. I like to write. I'm saving up my money. I want to get my book on Amazon, and I really enjoy this drawing. I've done this drawing for 2 years so far. So maybe I'm just going to continue drawing and writing, and maybe I'll make it there. I mean, there's people that travel all around the world, and I am more of a variety channel. I change it up because life changes. So should your content. That's how I feel about social media. Your content should change with your life. And a lot of times it does. You'll have people that started out one way and they're like doing these great interviews and have millions of subscribers years later because their life should just simply changed. But I may be there, who knows? But with all this stuff with Trump going on, I don't know. Don't want to travel too much until everything's decided. There, I can't even get a decent vape anymore because I quit smoking, so I vape every once in a while. I've slowed down, but since they're at war with China and this and that, the United States, we stopped getting flavored vapes. And I've been on a mission to try to get these vapes, and the store owners just tell me that they don't come in the country. So, and it's all because of these tariffs. And I get they got issues and things are going on, but people need supplies. That's the thing. And the thing is, we've had this stuff going for so long. You just can't one day just say, "Oh, it's like this," because you'll behold. I mean, we don't make flavored vapes, and I just would tell these store owners, was like, if they don't want to give us the flavored vapes because they come from China, then why don't they make them? That's the thing. But that answer has never been brought up. So I don't know. Hopefully, as soon I get some flavored vapes. Or just let us pay the tariff on it. I don't care. I mean, it is what it is. Everybody got to make money. So I get it. And if you have habits, people have habits they can afford. I go to dispensary and I smoke weed. So I smoke weed because I can afford weed. So it should be the same with vapes. We got cigarettes. God, they got cigarettes everywhere. But I don't really like to smoke anymore. It hurts my lungs. But they say the vaping will kill you, but honestly, I always get a really good health check on them, even though they keep saying this negative stuff about it. I have told for about 10 years I've been vaping, and I don't have anything wrong with me. And they say eventually it's going to happen. It has not happened. My breathing is just fine. So I don't know. I tend to think that people sometimes have things they say for scare tactics. Okay, here's her candy corn. Because if I don't give her a pumpkin with candy corn, there's going to be issues in that nursing home when I get there Friday. She'll be looking for this pumpkin. She's going to tell her daughter about it and everything. I still got to color it in with pastels and stuff, but for now, at least the base is done. Because I like painting with pastels. Yeah. Emil, you can get one. Anybody can get a free reading. I'm here to spread joy and happiness. And if you need clarity to get joy and happiness, I am your girl. And joy and happiness does not have a price. It does not. As much as people say it does not. There's not a price tag on happiness. That is why the richest people in the world sometimes are the most unhappy. You could buy the whole world up. It doesn't mean you're going to be happy. Not at all. I think this looks good, just like this. I think Lena will be happy with her painting. Well, it'll be a painting in a minute. I'm going to shade the end of here. And just get this a little bit nicer because this is for John Hubble. He doesn't really, I don't know, I think he's one of these religions that don't celebrate Halloween. So I tried to get one that wasn't Halloween based, but he does celebrate Thanksgiving. So I made him a non-Halloween pumpkin. And he actually was really good friends with the one person that taught me how to draw in the nursing home that passed away. So he supports my drawings. He's actually a professional photographer too. And he's the one that's teaching me how to take better pictures. Because I need to have, I'm trying to do better on my shorts. And I'm trying to have more quality pictures. And he's helping me being a professional photographer. Yes, he has MS and he's sick, but that does not mean that he doesn't know things in the world. Just because you get sick doesn't mean your talents go away. Not at all. I know a lot of sick people that are insanely talented and they're just stuck. And it's sad. So I try to help them. Ow! Yeah, it's all this business with my dad, and sometimes I just feel ugh. And I don't like to come on here when I'm just really depressed or feel like crying because my dad died in April, and I haven't been able to give my dad a funeral, and sometimes I feel a certain way and I don't like to come on here when I feel that way, you know. So sometimes I come on different times because I like to. I was listening to Journey today before I came on. It seems to put me in a good mood. I love Journey. And my dad liked that music too. So and I try to get myself in this like positive mindset. And ever since he's died in April and I'm trying to fight for his ashes, I see my dad more. So this is the reason. He calls me kiddo all the time. And then sometimes, like today, he was watching me do my hair and he said my hair was nice. So, on top of my mother, which was the witch in the family, my mother and grandmother, my dad just, I don't know, he's like the cheerleader of the dead people now when I come on. But I get over things. I try to see life as a new perspective because at least I could see him. So, and that's a lot because some people can't see their loved ones and I can hear them from the other side. So, I don't mind. But I have my days because I know he wants his funeral and that's why you haven't seen me a lot. Alright. I just shaded more of John's pumpkin. Sometimes if you dark shade down, you get a lot of defined lines. So there's been more sketching involved too. It kind of helps me get rid of my anxiety. It really does. I do recommend art for anybody going through things. Art will, art and any kind of art, or even if you just want to listen to music, which is technically art, it really is. It's all under the art category. If you draw it out, sing it out, or whatever, or just listen to your favorite artist and sing. I just really enjoy Journey's songs. I do. I think they're lovely. I like to listen to inspirational music. Inspirational music is the best. Alright, trying to get in here. Once you get the hang of sketching, the shading business is your most important thing to get down also. Because shading makes everything better. It really does. Even if you don't want to put color into it, shading makes things nice. 'Cause you want the nice subtle shading. I'm gonna shade this way. 'Cause you want. I'm trying to get more of that three-dimensional look, and I'm trying to get that down good. I think that's good, just the way it is now. I got that now. All right, I'm gonna get your general reading now. Just gonna get these sides a little for him, and then just do some profile sketching when I get through with your reading. Or just take me a lunch break and then do some profile sketching. But I got some of my Halloween pumpkins out of the way for the residents, which they're cheap. It came down to just $1 a poster board, so and they put up in their room. Oh, hi, butterfly. I do like butterflies. I think they're really beautiful. They're very spiritual too. I see a lot of butterflies. They say if you see a butterfly, it's supposed to be good luck. So, alright. All right. Arnell, and this is your general reading. But yeah, they do say that about butterflies. I seen three butterflies last week when I was on my nature shoot, and I don't know. Maybe that means I'm going to have ashes and have a little money to go do some traveling and finally get a car. That would be nice. I mean, it's not that I'm not poor, but I don't have enough money just to get up and go traveling either. But maybe I'll have a little extra money with this. Be able to go to Disney World again. All right, Arnell. Your energy in the general reading is in the Three of Wands. This talks about future planning, decisions, and okay, and then discovery, action plan, possibilities, growth, and openness. I feel that you're out of all these Three of Wands, you're more in future planning and possibilities and growth. That's the cycle I'm picking up that you're in. You are surrounded by Page of Pentacles. This talks about manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development, learning, ambition, diligence, and practicality. These are all good things, but I feel that yours is more financial opportunity and skill development. And then with the learning, because it's all goes together anyways. Yeah, that's your reading, or no? Yeah, you're in the Three of Wands. Yeah, with the future growth and all that, the future planning. And then you got the Knight of Wands, or no, and this is impaired action, adventure, initiative, ambition, drive, desire, and enterprise. I want to say that the energy here suggesting for they have for drive, desire, and impaired and inspired action. I don't know. Your general rating I'm feeling is I feel that there's going to be a job and some kind of growth. That's what I'm picking up. Where you can have a family. I feel like you have one, but you can have more. You'll have more money for your family because the universe wants you to secure more positive people in the world. That's what I'm thinking. And we do. We need to secure more positive people in the world. But I do pick up financial growth on you. I mean, I don't know from where. It could be from a partner or just you. I don't know. But you're going to have some kind of financial growth. And you need it to protect you and your loved ones these days. You really do. Oh, you're welcome. And I thank you for being a part of the Chong the Dog family. And I thank you for all of your humanity. And I know you guys, if you could, would go and feed an animal and help another human being because that's all I ask. I don't even care if you subscribe to me. I just want you to, if you see a dog or a person that really is in trouble, give them a sandwich or something, help them a little. And you see a dog in a bad situation, try to get them help or an animal in general. Just try to help whichever way you can. That's safe. That's all I ever ask people. But if you did subscribe, thank you. So, ever evolving Lynn. Hello, how are you? Oh, butterfly, did I get yours? Oh, okay. I did forget about you. I am sorry, butterfly. How could I forget about a butterfly? Butterfly signifies life and everything else. How could I forget about the butterfly? All right. You want to know what Deanne is thinking of me right now? I can't tell you what he's thinking about, but I can tell you where his energy is with you, butterfly. That's all I can tell you. Because his thoughts are private. Intentions are not private. That's why dogs pick up intention. That's why a dog, if your dog doesn't like somebody for a reason or they're hiding in a corner or whatever, they're picking up intention. But, oh, you're welcome, Arnell. But you cannot pick up thoughts, but you can pick up intention. And I'm telling you this because everybody can pick, if dogs can pick up intention, then it's not hard. It isn't. If you can too if you really try to focus on it. All right, Chong. I'm taking you out to outside. I know. I know you want to come over here, but I got to finish out this reading, okay? Mr. Chong staring at me. He probably got to pee. He always has to pee. And he always has to poop. This is the life of a dog owner. What? We're going to go, Chong, okay? Give me a few minutes to close up. All right, butterfly. You got, is this ace? Oh, six. Six of Pentacles. And this talks about giving, receiving, sharing wealth, generosity, charity, and assistance, and support, acceptance, and success. This is what this DN, what he's in. This is his energy field, which is good. He seems like a decent person. And then his intention, these cards, is the world, the one surrounding. And this talks about achievement, wholeness, travel, fulfillment, integration, glory, balance, infinity, eternity. I want to say what applies to you in all this would be wholeness and balance. And you give him wholeness and balance. That's what the download I'm getting. And he also, with you, his intention, it is the death card, but that doesn't mean a bad thing. I know everybody through tarot thinks this is horrible. It's not. It's about change. But it's also about transformation, transition, rebirth, and renewal. Closure also, and release. But I'm picking up that his is more of a transformation. You've transformed him into a happy person and completed him. But he's taking it slow. And there's nothing wrong with this. You got to take things slow in life. So, oh, okay. I tell this to everybody, butterfly, because I have to, because some people, they get scared the minute you say death. It's like they have horror movies about that where they have the death card. And they do, and they act like it's like someone's going to die, and it does not mean that. So it does. It scares almost everyone. So when that card comes up, I gotta warn people: this is no one's dying. But in every horror movie, everyone's dying when the death card comes on. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I did. I know that people that deal with tarot know it's not, but sometimes I get people that don't. So, and I don't want to scare people. because it's in our culture. It's integrated so much in our culture. All this scary stuff. But yeah, I feel that you're fine and his intentions are good. So his personal thoughts about you, like for like personal details, I don't know. I don't know what dress he likes best and all this other stuff. I don't, and I will, and the universe will never let me know that, and it's okay. So, and that's a good thing because there should be things that are always private in life, and I'm a full believer in this. I really am. Let me get to ever evolving Lynn now. Alright, you want to know why the girl seemed to be staring at me today when she handed me frappe at Mickey D's. Alright, Chong, one more reading, okay? And then we'll go for a walk. I know, you've been holding your pee. We're gonna go. Alright, I'm gonna do yours and then I'm gonna go take Mr. Chong on a pee break. He's staring me down. And then we might do some photography while we're at Laugh Out Loud. I'm already out here in nature. I just take pictures while I'm there. This is how all the photography happens because we're always at a park or something. All right, I'll give you one more. I'll do yours, and then Mr. Chong is staring at me because he has got to pee, and he does not use the pee pad if I am home. No siree. All right, ever evolving Lynn. She was staring at you. The strength card came up. And this it has a lot of stuff it says with it, but I want to say it's there's influence. I'm thinking more is like strength than persuasion. I felt like I think it's literally she was staring at you because I'm getting in the downloads that she just liked you. And she was staring at you because she thought that you were interesting and she just liked your outfit and things like that. That's what I'm getting. Or just thought she knew you type thing. So I'm not picking up nothing negative. And then the Knight of Swords is surrounding that. And it's just it has a lot of things in here too, but I want to say it's just logical, proactive. It's just she really was kind of hoping she thought you were someone else. And then the moon came up, and it was about, and this has a lot of things too, and uncertainty is one of them. She wasn't certain if you were someone she knew, so I think you're fine with that. Miss Lynn. Maybe you just had a fabulous outfit. Who knows? So, but Chong is really staring me down, so I probably will be back. I have my hair and everything done, so let me and Chong go out, and it seemed like that. If I didn't, I am going to come back in an hour. Oh, you're welcome, Lynn. But I got to take him out because he's literally staring at me through my going around my monitor. And he will not pee on the pad. So let me take out Chong and I will be back for another live stream. Oh, I will. Well, I got my dog staring at me. I will come and do your reading when I get back from my dog walk. I gotta take him out to pee. I promise. I mean, he does hold his urine for me, so even though I got the pee pad, he's doing very good. So I promise I'll be back. I won't even take that long. Maybe just a half-hour break here. All right. If it's since it's 1 o'clock, I will do yours. Okay. Let me do yours since it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and maybe my dog could wait here. All right. Mary Ummy or Mary Yumi. Let me do yours now since it's 1 o'clock in the morning. All right. You have been deeply obsessed with someone for about 5 months. I don't understand why. I need clarity about situation, how he sees me. Okay. This isn't going to be a hard. All right. Let me do that for you, and then I will tell to take out the boss dog. I call him the boss dog. He is in charge when we go out. He acts like we're going to a nightclub when we're at the park. He has to inspect all of it. Alright. He supervised me for a while and texted me after 2 months. Chong, hang on. We're going to go out. It raised so many questions, then he ghosted me. Oh, okay. Yeah. That'll do it. The questions. Alright, you want to know how he feels. I'm going to bring this up here. Alright, let me see about this whole situation with this guy here. I have been in one of these at my work that I used to have before. I've been at my work for 10 years, but before this other work, I was somewhere else for 10 years, and I had a guy that was really in love with me, and it raised a lot of questions too, so I get it. I'm there with you. I really am. I get it. Alright. Alright, this is in the Six of Wands. And this talks about progress, moving on, moving forward, calm after the storm, overcoming hardship. I'm thinking yours is about with this guy is calm after the storm. It's just like a hurricane coming through and what's left type thing. Because there was a lot going on, and people say stuff, and then it has those ripple effects, and there's always a ripple effect to everything. And you're surrounding what this guy is the King of Swans also, and this talks about honor, energy, passion, inspired action, initiative, ambition, drive, desire. I want to say that represents this whole situation is honor, energy, and passion. I'm getting downloads. He likes you romantically, but doesn't want to come right out and just say the whole everything because he doesn't know what you'll do if he puts it all out there. And then there's the Page of Wands that surrounds us. Talks about confident, courageous, adventurous, bold, energetic, optimistic, and passionate. He's optimistic and passionate about things I am picking up, but he's trying to put it on a down low to not drag you into things. But yeah, he's very much into you. So I'm picking up that's why all that went on. But yeah, there's a lot of passion there. So And that happens when you meet somebody and you just see them and you're like, wow. Sometimes that just happens. But I'm going to go and take Mr. Chong out and I will be back because I am in one of these happy moods now. Journey has made me happy. I do like Journey. I like that happy music. And thank you so much if you subscribed. And you guys are awesome. And I will be back. And you have a good night, Yuri. And you guys all have a blessed day.